शिक्षिका के लिए सच्चिकर बच्ची।
जय यशोदन गण गण
मेरी क्लास के बाद देखता हूँ
तीरा वनचारी तीरा वनचारी जय राम माधव हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा रति हरि राधा रति हरि राधे। जय प्रभु सदा प्रभु सदा प्रभु सदा जय प्रभु सदा। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टसतः श्रीमदेसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की। नमाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्णा गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, वृंदावन धाम की, मथुरा धाम की, मायापुरम दिव्य धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, गंगामय की, यमुनामय की, तुलसी महारानी की, श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुद्धिस्ट प्रोग्राम की, श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी ललिता विशाखा की, श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण की, श्री श्री गौर निताय की, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayashu Vudreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, text number 13. Okay? इन लोग को दिखाई नहीं पड़ेगा. हाँ. क्या? अष्टमे मेरु देव्यायां तु नाभिर्जात उरुक्रमः दर्शयन् वर्त्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम्. अष्टमे मेरु देव्यायां तु नाभिर्जात उरुक्रमः दर्शयन् वर्त्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम्. अष्टमे मेरु देव्यायां तु नाभिर्जात उरुक्रमः दर्शयन् वर्त्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम्. बोलिए. Hey, Matajis. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada. The eighth incarnation was King Rishabha, son of King Nabhi, and his wife Meru Devi. In this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection, which is followed by those who have fully controlled their senses and who are honored by all orders of life. The society of human beings is naturally divided into 8 by orders and statuses of life. The 4 divisions of occupation and 4 divisions of cultural advancement. The intelligent class, the administrative class, the productive class, and the laborer class are the 4 divisions of occupation. And the student life, the householder's life, retired life, and renounced life are the 4 statuses of cultural advancement towards the path of spiritual realization. Out of this, the renounced order of life, or the order of sannyas, is considered the highest of all. And the sannyasi is constitutionally the spiritual master for all the orders and divisions. In the sannyas order also, there are 4 stages of upliftment towards perfection. These stages are called Kutichaka, Bahudaka, Parivrajaka, and Paramahamsa. The Paramahamsa stage of life is the highest stage of perfection. This order of life is respected by all others. Maharaj Rishabha, the son of King Nabhi and Meru Devi, was an incarnation of the Lord, and he instructed his sons to follow the path of perfection by tapasya, which sanctifies one's existence and enables one to attain the stage of spiritual happiness, which is eternal and ever increasing. Every living being is searching after happiness, and no one knows where eternal and unlimited happiness is obtainable. Foolish men seek after material sense pleasure as a substitute for real happiness, but such foolish men forget that temporary so-called happiness derived from sense pleasures is also enjoyed by the dogs and hogs. No animal, bird, or beast is bereft of the sense pleasure. In every species of life, including the human form of life, such happiness is immensely obtainable. The human form of life, however, is not meant for such cheap happiness. The human life is meant for attaining eternal and unlimited happiness by spiritual realization. This spiritual realization is obtained by tapasya, or undergoing voluntarily the path of penance and abstinence from material pleasure. Those who have been trained for abstinence in material pleasure are called dhira, or men undisturbed by the senses. Only these dhiras can accept the orders of the sannyas, and they can gradually rise to the status of Paramahamsa, which is adored by all members of the society. King Rishabha propagated this mission, and at last stage, he became completely aloof from the material bodily needs, which is a rare stage not to be imitated by foolish men, but to be worshipped by all. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखांश्च। कृष्णपादान् श्रीविशाखांश्च कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा। So, in this section of Bhagavatam, we are studying various incarnations briefly, as mentioned by Sri Sutta Goswami. The name of the chapter is Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Previously, nowadays, when nowadays people when they don't get children, they go to doctors, right? Just like there is some joke, इंडिया में पति पत्नी के बीच ज्यादा नहीं जमता है, फिर भी इतना पॉपुलेशन हो गया 140 crores। पति पत्नी के बीच जम रहा है तो क्या होता, राइट? सो हो गया पूजा? हाँ, everybody in this world, they want to get married, and after some time they want to have children, and if they don't have children, they face a lot of problem in the society, especially ladies. They keep other ladies, they keep taunting, ban jaurat, barren woman, barren woman. Then there is a saying, how can a barren woman know the labor pains, right? And then I don't know here, but in Andhra, in some functions, they don't allow barren women without children for the functions. They will say on the face, they insult, banj aurat hai, barren woman, like that. So it is a great source of pain for the parents. So in present days, they go to doctors and they take various kinds of medicine. And in America, they have now, they have, in India also it has come. There is something called IVF, right? IVF. So even not only now, in previous ages also, if somebody doesn't have a child, children, it's a big issue, especially the kings. Previously, they have given a lot of importance to having sons, because the son will perform Shraddha ceremony, last rites. How many of you know what is the definition of putra? Bolok Tanay, you know what is the definition of putra? Punnama naraka trayate iti putra. There is something called, those people who don't have children, they go to a hell called Punnama. Punnama naraka trayate iti putra. One who delivers you from the Punnama naraka, he is called putra. Right? Prabhupada says that putra and mutra come from the same place. So if a son doesn't deliver his parents from the path of suffering, he is called mutra. Do you know what is mutra? Urine. Right? So if son doesn't become a devotee and doesn't deliver his parents, then he is called mutra. Otherwise, he is called putra. So we are all putras. So previously, when somebody doesn't have children, they will go, they don't have this facility of IVF and all that. This IVF system process, it is only 15 to 20% successful, and it is very expensive. And there is no guarantee that somebody will have a child. So many, I know some people they have tried and tried and tried. They spend, at least 10-15 lakhs every attempt they have to spend. Then there is no guarantee that he will have a child. So, so in the same way, previously, when the parents don't have children, they will perform yajna. And the Brahmanas are so powerful. By chanting mantras, they can actually change the karma of that person and invoke God. And the God will come and ask what benediction you want. And then whatever benediction you ask, God will give. So that was the system. Now, all of you know, proper brahmanas are not available. The ingredients are not pure. Dravya Shuddhi, Bhava Shuddhi, all these are not there nowadays. So in the same way, previously, this democracy system was not there, right? So these Raja Maharajas, it is a dynastic rule. So if a king doesn't have a child, especially a son, who will rule the kingdom? That is a big issue. So that is why the kings are very, very worried that if they don't have a child, a son especially, what to do, what will happen. And so that's why they had this facility. So this Nabhi, Maharaj Nabhi and Meru Devi, right? They didn't have a child. They didn't have a child. And they performed a very great sacrifice, yajna, chanting mantras. Then Lord Narayana himself appeared. Right? Lord Narayana himself appeared. Very interesting. When they saw Lord Narayana in the arena of the sacrifice, the Brahmanas who have performed the sacrifice and the Maharaj Nabi, King Maharaj Nabi, they became ashamed. You know why? Hemant, can you guess? Huh? Tanay Agarwal, can you guess? When the Brahmanas and the king, why mosquitoes are there or what? Chai nikal do? Huh? Anybody? Any guess? They saw wonderful Lord Narayana. Said, then they said, my dear Lord, what we have done? For a small thing, simple thing like having a son, we called you. We called you. We are very ashamed. What is this? We have done that. Just a small thing like having a son. The Lord had to come and grace the occasion like that. Lord Narayana, that the devotees, because even though that is the beauty of worshipping Krishna. Even though somebody worships Krishna with material desires, and then they become perfect in worshipping, perfect in tapasya, when Krishna comes, they feel very ashamed. Why we are, why did I ask this? Right? Because Krishna is so beautiful. Krishna is so beautiful. When they see the beauty of Krishna, they become enchanted, and then they very much regret that why did I ask this question? Benediction. Dhruv Maharaj also says, Nonam vimushta matayo, tavamaya yate, yedva bhavakyayor, vimokshanam anya hetu, archanti kalpakatarum prunapopi bhogam, ichanti sansparshajam nirayopi nunam. My dear Krishna, what did I ask? The benediction that I asked, you vimokshanam, you can give vimoksha, you can give moksha. But what did I ask? The sense gratification, panapopi bhogam, nirayopi nunam. This sense gratification is available even to the cats and dogs and the residents of the hell also. But you are looking so beautiful. Right? That's why I always say, if you can become attracted to Krishna's beauty, everything becomes useless. Right? Prabhupada writes very nicely in 8th Canto Bhagavatam that Bali Maharaj ऐसा bhakti kar raha tha. Just little bit he is practicing because his grandfather was Prahlad Maharaj. But when he saw Lord Vamandev, and he's so beautiful, he's looking so beautiful, magnanimous. Immediately, as soon as he saw the Lord Vaman, he saw Lord Vamandev, he attained love of God. You know, Prabhupada writes, what is the symptom of attaining love of God? You know? You want to give everything. Krishna is the owner of everything. But he's the like that. Once there was a devotee. His name was Vishnu Chitta. Vishnu Chitta. Right? Vishnu Chitta. He, everything for Krishna. All the time he's thinking about Krishna. That's why his name became Vishnu Chitta. Vishnu Chitta. He was not very educated. So in Srivelli we all went once. There is a beautiful place called Srivelli. In the Srivelli, Vatapatra Sai, Bhagavan is there. Yesterday I was describing in the Katha, Vatapatra Sai. So Vatapatra Sai, Bhagavan, they are worshipping every day. So he was maintaining the Tulsi garden and flower garden. Every day that is his seva. One day, Lakshmi and Narayan, they were discussing that this Vishnu Chitta, he became a little bit old. He doesn't have a wife. He doesn't have any children. He doesn't have any money. He doesn't have any scholarship. We should do something for him. Yeah, we should do something for him. So one day, the king of Madurai in Tamil Nadu, he actually disguised himself and he was going around. Previously, all the grastas, there is no flat system. Aribol, close your mobile. क्या इतना अर्जेंट है? They used to have verandas, हिंदी में क्या बोलते? चौपाई? Chaupai, right? Chaurai. So any traveling saint or somebody guest, they were traveling. They night there is no place. That time no hotel system was there. So they will go and they can stay there, and they can actually they will feed them, and then they can sleep on that veranda. They can sleep on that veranda. So it's a beautiful system. There is no hotel booking and all that. So please, like that, it is there. So so one day the king was sleeping on the veranda. So another saintly person, he was also sleeping, right? So usually he quoted one poem. He quoted one shloka, which is the meaning of that is that a person works very hard throughout the day so that he can eat something in the night and sleep peacefully. An intelligent person, an intelligent farmer, he will uh, cultivate land for 4 months so that throughout the year he can eat peacefully. A person, an intelligent person, he will work hard and then save some money so that he can live peacefully in the old age. In the same way, a person should invest enough time to get a proper life in the next life, proper body, like that. She was very, very impressed, Maharaj Vishnu Chitta. Then he announced that anybody who can prove the who is the supreme personality of Godhead, right? So he said he hung, some 1 lakh gold coins on a stick. 1 lakh gold coins. So if somebody can prove the existence and who is the supreme personality of Godhead, that bag of 1 lakh gold coins will fall on its own. Then he can take it. Then so many saintly people came. There is, vad vivad, arguments and counter arguments. So meanwhile, Vatabhadra Sai came in the dream of Vishnu Chitta, said, "My dear Vishnu Chitta, you go to Madurai and convince that I am the supreme personality of Godhead. You will get 1 lakh gold coins." Then he said, "My dear Lord, are you joking with me?" Pari majak, theek hai, I am your devotee. Still, why are you joking with me like this? So Vishnu, Vatabhadra said, "No, I am not joking. I will help you. Go. I will give you very nice arguments." Vishnu said, "My dear Lord, there will be a huge crowd, the king and queen and all. If I can't speak properly, I will make a fool of myself." And then Vishnu said, Lord said, don't worry. You go. I will help you." And so he went. He argued, then he established that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. And immediately everybody clapped and the 1 lakh, that gold coins packet fell. Right? And the king was so impressed by his arguments. He was so convinced that he became a disciple or follower of Vishnu Chitta. And immediately, then there is a previously when the kings were impressed with somebody, they used to have they used to make that person sit on the elephant, and there is a procession that used to take place, and then mridanga kartal, and then flower, and they used to shower flowers. It's considered, like nowadays they have Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan, like that. In the same way, the king used to Krishna Dev Rai, there is one very famous poet, Peddana, Krishna Dev Rai, Vijayanagar Samrajyam. So in that, he personally ornamented his leg with a nupur, very valuable nupur, like that. Anyway, so there was a huge procession. Lakhs of people were following. At that time, Lord Narayana appeared in the sky, sitting on Garuda. Sitting on his Garuda. And everyone was amazed. But Vishnu Chitta, he was very, very concerned. He was not happy, that I'm having darshan. Said, "My dear Lord," he said, "Pallandu. there is a very famous Pallandu, Pallandu. My dear Lord, why did you come? Why did you come? Your lotus feet are soft like lotus petals. And then your bodily parts are so delicate. All these demons, they will hurt you. Please go back. Please go back. Pallandu, Pallandu. So, uh, uh, once I was attending Jagannath Rath Yatra. In 1996, Navakalevaram took place. 1996. I went there. Huge rush. Huge rush. And then, Lord Jagannath, I was cursing myself. हमको तो delicate body है, गर्मी नहीं जमता है, ठंडी नहीं जमता है. Then so much rush, thirst, so much heat. I said, why did I come? Because I tried to pull the chariot, almost मर गया. इतना भीड़ था. बाल बच गया था. And then finally, I gave some money and went up on the first floor, terrace of a nearby building. I was just watching. I was just watching. And the Lord is I was actually, very morose. Why did I come? Itna tapasya, ye, wo karke, I was cursing myself. Then so much heat and thirst and all that. Then Jagannath's Rath has passed. Then I had a very close darshan of Lord Jagannath. And somehow or other, Lord Jagannath is very, very merciful. Somehow he revealed his beauty to me in such a way that I was so attracted to the beauty of Lord Jagannath that I forgot all my distress. All my distress I forgot. And one thing I observed that his face was not painted properly. Some kajal was spread. Kajal was spread a little bit. I asked one panda next day that why Lord Jagannath's recently only during 15 days Anavasara ceremony they paint the deities, but still already it got spoiled. We purposefully we do like that. Kajal is spread. Why? Because so many people are coming. Nazar lag jayega. Kaliya ko nazar lag jayega. Why? So nazar लग जाता है. इतने सारे दादा रासपियरी को कभी हम नजर निकालते हैं. इतने सारे लोग आते हैं, यार इतना ब्यूटीफुल है, इतना ब्यूटीफुल है. इसलिए वो they have this system, like that. So of all the alvars, they always glorify the Lord. There are 12 alvars. There are 12 alvars. Out of those 12 alvars, 11 alvars, they are always glorifying Krishna, and they were seeking, darshan of the Lord. The darshan of the Lord. But Vishnu Chitta, he said, Pallandu, Pallandu. Let there be, he was blessing the Lord. Let there be auspiciousness. Let there be auspiciousness. Najar na lage. You go back, these demons will disturb you. So that is why Pallandu. Kya hua? Hold. Anyway, Pallandu. So Vishnu Chitta became Peri Alvar. You know what is Peri Alvar? Best of all Alvars. Because he is the one who gave blessings to the Lord. Who, like that. And then, they have in Tamil Nadu, in Shiva Vaishnava Sampradaya, they have Nalayar Divya Prabandha. They recite the first Prabandha, Pasuram, they call. the first Pasuram they recite is Peri Alvar's Pasuram. Pallandu, 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 Pallandu. So Peri Alvar. And the Lord, he gave 1 lakh coins. He gave to the Pattapadra Sai temple. Again back to taking care of Tulsi. Then the Lord told, then he gave scholarship. He dedicated everything to Vattapatta Sai. Are Baba, Lakshmi Devi and Narayana, they were speaking how to, I want to see him in a good condition. But whatever I am giving is giving away. He is dedicating to myself again to me. What to do? So Lord Krishna looked at Lakshmi Devi. Then Lakshmi Devi understood. Then Lakshmi Devi, she became a daughter of Vishnu Chitta. Of course, he is not married, but she was found in the Tulsi garden. Her name was Goda Devi. There is only one female Alvar in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, that was Goda Devi. Then she wrote a very great book called Tirupavai. Great. Anyway, that is it. Anyway, so that is the mood of devotees. We also will become like that. When we see Krishna, we feel very much regret. Arey, why did I ask this benediction? Like that. So Lord Narayana said, "Why are you? Don't worry, no problem. You asked, what do you want? You tell me." Then he said, "We want a son like you." Lord Narayana said, "There is nobody like me." Then what to do? Well, but I want a son like you. Lord Narayana said, "No, don't worry. I will become your son. Right? I will become your son." So that son was Lord Rishabdev, incarnation of Lord Narayana. Unfortunately, Lord Rishabdev, he was made as a main Tirthankar. He is Lord Vishnu himself. And then these Jains, have completely polluted his philosophy. Later on, like that. So Lord Rishabdev, very glorious son of Meru Devi and Maharaj Nabi, and both the parents, they became very happy, delighted that we have the Lord as our son, right? So Lord Rishabdev, he was doing little tapasya here and there. So Indra became very disturbed. So he was thinking Rishabdev will become, he is ignorant. Indra was ignorant. He thought, oh, what is this? He'll become Indra, or he is competing with me and all that. So he stopped producing rains in the kingdom of Maharaj Rishabdev. Maharaj Rishabdev called Indra. He said, "Come, what are you thinking?" Then he did like this. And then it started raining. भाई तुम्हारा बाप हूँ, मेरे को क्या सिखाता है? बाप बाप होता है, बेटा बेटा होता है, ऐसा कुछ, राइट? तुम मेरे को क्या सिखाएगा? Anyway, so Lord Rishabdev, he had 100 sons, right? One day, so his eldest son was Bharat, Maharaj Bharat. So in regular parlance, people think that India is known as Bharat because of son of Maharaj Dushyanta. Maharaj Dushyanta. There are three Bharats, right? One was son of Dushyant Maharaj and Shakuntala. That is one Bharat. And another is Rishabdev's son is Bharat. And we have Lord Ramchandra's younger brother, Bharat. So there is a saying, some people they say, in Bhagavatam it is said, India is known as, named after this son, Bharat. Okay? Maharaj Bharat. Some people they say, Mahabharat says, Dushyanta Maharaj's son, because of him, like that. But one devotee gave a definition that Bharat means Bharat. There is something called Yajna, Agni, Yajna Agni. Bharat means. So where this very great Yajna Agni is present, that is called Bharat Desh. That is one meaning is given like that. So Maharaj Bhagavan Rishabdev, he gave instructions. He gave instructions to 100 sons. Maharaj, and then Maharaj Bharat was the eldest son. Right? The first instruction of Lord Rishabdev to Maharaj Bharat and his brothers is Nayam Deho Deha Bhajam Naloke Kashtan Kaman Arhate Vidbujam Ye Tapo Divyam Putraka Yena Sattvam Shuddhed Yasmad Brahma Saukyam Tva Anantam. So Lord Rishabdev is saying that, my dear sons, Tapo Divyam Putraka Yena Sattvam, you perform transcendental tapasya. What is transcendental tapasya? Tapo Divyam. What is transcendental austerity? Do you know? Want to suggest something? What is transcendental austerity? Transcendental austerity is what we are doing. What you are doing, what I am doing is transcendental austerity. Right? So Prabhupada writes in 9th canto Bhagavatam, also in 2nd canto Bhagavatam, when it is mentioned that Brahmaji has performed 100 years of tapasya, so Prabhupada specifically mentions that he didn't do tapasya that regularly these rishis and all these demons they perform. He performed devotional service. It is also in 9th canto Bhagavatam when it is mentioned that Maharaj, Ambarish, he performed austerities and penances. Prabhupada writes that what austerities and penances Ambarish Maharaj performed was every day waking up early in the morning and doing arati to the Radha and Krishna deities, and then cleaning the temple, and then dressing the deities, cooking for the Lord 6 times in a day, and then offering arati to the Lord 2 times dressing. Prabhupada says that is austerity that we should perform. Samajh mein aaya? So it's not very easy, and it's not difficult also, right? Like all of us, we know, we have to keep the temple very clean. Then Prabhupada said temple worship means punctuality. Exact time we should open the temple, exact time we should, close the temple, then dressing, offering, everything should be done on time, microsecond, right? Once Prabhupada was taking darshan, after that, when darshan opened, he spoke to Sasur Maharaj something. Later on, somebody asked, what did Prabhupada speak to you? He said, why darshan is late by 2 seconds? Like that. Yeah, that was the level of punctuality one should maintain in DT worship. So that requires austerity, right? One has to wake up, then one has to remain fresh in his mind, then wake up and sleep on time, and then wake up and then perform puja, all the rituals one has to perform on time. Then like that, one. So because of this, this austerity, you become disciplined, right? You become very disciplined. So disciple means, what is the definition of disciple? Discipline. Discipline means not that, so Guru Maharaj is waiting and the disciple is aram se aa raha hai, right? So Prabhupada, he would, of course, he would test his disciples. Prabhupada wanted that his meal should be served exactly same time every day. Every day, same time. 12 o'clock means 12 o'clock. Not even one moment late. That was the Prabhupada's standard. Right? And the disciple has to, by the time he would finish one chapati, he has to bring another chapati. By the time he finishes, another chapati should be ready. Not that, I'm frying. Right? That was the training that he gave to his disciples. He would chastise. Once, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, he was there in Mumbai temple at the time. He was not very well. He was ill, and then he was not eating actually, drinking, Then suddenly, Prabhupada told Bhakti Charu Maharaj, I was feeling hungry. Get me orange juice. Orange juice. So Bhakti Charu Maharaj, he was assistant. He ran down. Then they didn't find oranges. That time all this online marketing and all is not there. So they had to run. He had to run to the Juhu market and then somehow bring. So by the time he prepared the juice and all, Prabhupada was very angry. Prabhupada was very angry. He said, what is the use? I don't want to drink. I was feeling hungry. At the time, you should have served. Because you didn't serve me, now that hunger is gone, I am not taking. So Prabhupada chastised him very heavily. And then Bhakti Charu Maharaj started crying. Then, so later on, Prabhupada called Bhakti Charu Maharaj. Oh, I am becoming old, very irritable. I am very sorry. Bhakti Charu Maharaj again started crying. He said, Prabhupada, why are you saying sorry? It was my mistake. Like that. So Prabhupada was very, very particular on punctuality. So that is called austerity. Not that, I will do according to my convenience. So you should do deity worship according to whose convenience? Krishna's convenience. That is. And then Prabhupada also writes, distributing books, maintaining the temples, and then preaching activities. These are all devotional. Right? Book distribution is not an easy thing, right? So these are, so tapo divyam putraka ena satvam. Kaman kastan kaman arhate vidbujam. Vidbujam, vidbujam means stool eating hog. Whatever sense enjoyment people get is available even to Huh? Not animal. Hog. Who is eating? It's a horrible life, hog life. Hog means horrible life. All these modern people, in the next life, they are going to become hogs only, right? Somebody who has no discipline in life, right? Who eats anything, who drinks, they have a saying, drink like a fish, right? Smoke like a chimney, right? Eat like a pig, right? Have sex like a kabutar, pigeon, pigeon, right? Then all this combination, people will become hog does all these things, Hog does all this, so they are blessed to become hogs. So Maharaj, Lord Rishabdev is saying that one must tapo divyam putra kena sattvam, shuddhyet yasmat brahma saukyam tvanantam, right? So what is the difficulty in the happiness that you are getting nowadays? Bolo Shivani, busy. What is the difficulty in getting whatever happiness that we are getting? You can say 5th chapter, Krishna says, Yei sansparshaja bhoga dukkha yonaya yevate adi antavanta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. How many of you know this verse? 5th chapter. Bolo. Sujata, you know this verse? Huh? Yei sanspar, boliye. Boliye. Yei sansparshaja bhoga dukkha yonaya yevate adi antavanta kaunteya natesha ramate buddha. Whatever happiness we get in this world is contact of the senses with the sense objects. Our eyes are contacting the screen of mobile phone, right? We are getting little happiness. Our ears are coming in touch with the filmy music. Then our ears are getting little pleasure. Our tongue is coming in contact with the pav bhaji and all this stuff. We get little pleasure. So this is called Yei Sansparshaja Bhoga. But Krishna is defining this Dukkha Yonaya Yevate. Yoni means source. Yoni means source. This enjoyment you are getting now is the source of future misery. Right? Anything, Just like in the beginning, boy and the girl, Prabhupada says, boy and girl meet. Right? All the time chatting, exchanging photographs. Hey, wo, after some time, dukkha yonaya yevate. Right? Right? Fighting starts. There is, अरे मेरा जिंदगी बर्बाद कर दिया तूने. Right? Then she says, तूने मेरा जिंदगी बर्बाद कर दिया. So पहले, they are saying, I cannot live without you. I cannot live without you. Now they say, I cannot live with you. Isn't that? समझौता अभी करना पड़ता है. It's not like in America, you get divorced so easily. So in India, they cannot get divorced so easily. So that's why they have to do. They have to live like that. right? Anyway, so whatever happiness, whatever enjoyment you get now, material world, it will become the cause of a future distress. Then Adi Anta, and it has a beginning and it is an end, right? But that is why Na Teshu Ramate Buddha. You know, so the Buddha means intelligent people. Intelligent people, they don't indulge in such sense gratification, right? Such sense gratification. So Prabhupada very nicely, elaborately mentioned. That is why. So how to get out of this, cycle of sense enjoyment? Mahat sevam dvar mahu vimuktes tamodvaram yoshitam sangi sangam mahantaste samachitta prashanta vimanyavaha suhrudaha sadavo ye. Right? Yeah, so Lord Rishabdev is saying that Mahatsevam Dwaram. Mahatseva means serving a pure devotee. One must serve a pure devotee of the Lord. And one must serve a pure devotee of the Lord. And Yoshitam means woman. For a man, if he too much associates with a woman, that enjoyment will lead to Tamodvaram. Tamodvaram is hellish planets. Hellish planets. So one must refrain from associating with women. Not only women, Sangi Sangam. Sangi Sangam means those who associate with women. Both associating with women and those men who associate with women. Both are very dangerous. They are the source of sending us to hell. So many Indians, they want to go to US and enjoy there. Research was saying that when Indians, they go to especially San Francisco is like heavenly planet, it seems. In heavenly planet, there is no rules and regulations. So they think that there are no rules and regulations. Enjoy. So Indians, within 15 days or 1 month, they become so spoiled, it seems. San Francisco. But they start eating beef, going to pubs, doing all nonsense. So many Indians, they stand, in line for visa, long lines in Bandra. So they are applying visa to go to hell. From San Francisco, via San Francisco, it is a hell. Next destination is hell. If you are eating, somebody is eating beef, womanizing and drinking, their destination is hell only, right? That is why Prabhupada said, fattest pig is slaughtered first. What? You heard this? Fattest pig is slaughtered first. Those Indians with lot of bad karma, they are sent to America. Like that. So it's not a thing to celebrate, Of course, nowadays, by the mercy of Prabhupada, ISKCON temples are there. So if they become devotees, it is very nice. Otherwise, very dangerous. Tamodvaram, Yoshitam Sangi Sangam, Mahantaste Samachitta Prashanta, Vimanyavaha Suhrida Sadhavoye. So one must associate with sadhu. And then what is the qualification of sadhu? It is mentioned here. Right? Like that. It is very important to understand who is a sadhu and then try to associate with such a sadhu. Not that, anybody who is wearing saffron or teaching some Bhagavad Gita philosophy or some Vedanta philosophy, he becomes a sadhu. right? What is the definition of a sadhu? Always remember, right? We should always remember who is a sadhu, with whom I should associate with. Do you know? Pratik, you know? Titiksha. But even Gandhi and all, they also control his sense. Oh, he's sadhu thodi, right? These Jains also, they control their senses. Are they sadhus? Huh? They control their senses like anything, right? Jains. But they're not sadhus. These Mayavadis also, they control their senses. Right? Titikshava Karunika. Boliye. Suhridam Sarvadehinam. Ajata Shatrava Shanta. Sadavaha Sadhu Bhushana. This is sadhu. Titikshava means he is very tolerant. Karunika, very, very merciful. Suhridam Sarvadehinam. You know, these Muslims are there, Christians are there, Hindus are there. America, you know, in America, they have a lot of respect for human rights. Like in India, इतना सारे लोग हैं, like ants, you know, so many people they die in the stampede in the temple. So many people have died in the road, the train accident, and nobody cares, you know. इतने सारे, but in America it's a big issue. You know, it becomes a big issue. The human rights, you know, they have lot of they give lot of importance to human rights. All Western countries, you know, they have protection. You know, our rights are protected very nicely. But Prabhupada said, what about the rights of animals? Right? Prabhupada said they take care of human beings so nicely. Like, you know, Prabhupada, you know, he praised the British government, saying that in Britain, you don't get anything except, they don't grow anything except potatoes. But Prabhupada praised, they take care of people very nicely. And their health system, everything, you know, everything is very nice. Social welfare system, everything. But Prabhupada said, who is a citizen? Citizen means one who is born in a country. So even the cows and all these animals also are born in the country. So they are also citizens. What about them? A Vaishnava, a sadhu means Suhridam Sarvadehinam. He is compassionate towards all embodied beings, all animals, birds, you know, fish, all living entities. He is merciful. That is the meaning of he is a friend of all living entities. Not that, you know, you take care of the human beings very nicely, then you kill animals for the satisfaction. He is not a sadhu, right? So all these Hindus, Christians, Muslims, and all, they want to protect their own religion, people and all, but you know they kill animals, right? But only in Vaishnavism we have respect for all living entities, right? So Vaishnava is the one who is real sadhu. There is one Prabhupada used to call Murgi mission. You know, there is a Murgi mission. You know, Murgi mission. All these so-called sannyasis and all, they eat murgi. Sannyasis. YouTube में आता है इसलिए I don't want to name. Later on, I will tell you the name privately. So Prabhupada called them Murgi mission. So you know, sannyasi is eating meat. Like that. So they are not sadhus. So first, what is the first qualification? Very tolerant. Number 2, merciful. Number 3, friend of all living entities. Ajata Shatrava. Ajata Shatrava means? So take care. Ajata Shatrava means not that he has no enemies. Like Yudhishthira Maharaj, another name was Ajatashatrava. But he had an enemy, Duryodhan, and he got them killed also. But Yudhishthira Maharaj never considered Duryodhan as his enemy. He doesn't consider Duryodhan may consider Yudhishthira Maharaj as his enemy, but Yudhishthira Maharaj never considered Duryodhan as an enemy. That is why he is known as Ajatashatrava. So we should become Ajatashatrava. We should not consider anybody as our enemy. You know what is the danger of, if you think that somebody is your enemy, what will happen? Huh? No, what happens at the time of death? Shiva, according to Shiva Vaishnava system, at the time of death, all the sinful reactions, pious activities, credits, they will go to his enemy. All their pious credits go to their friends. Then he will go back to Godhead. So like that, it's very dangerous. If you think that somebody is your enemy, all his sinful reactions will come to you. Right? Like that. Anyway, so Ajata Shanta means now it comes. Shanta means one who controls his senses. Then Sadhavaha, Sadhu Bhushana. Sadhu means, Prabhupada writes, one who accepts scriptural injunctions as it is. He's a sadhu. Right? One who doesn't accept scriptures like this Asat Guru, he speaks anything. He has no consideration, what Mother Yashoda become a gopi, all that he was speaking, right? Huh? No basis, He doesn't quote any scripture. If you listen to Prabhupada lectures, you very nicely observe that everywhere Prabhupada is quoting verses. Right? Authority. That's why Prabhupada told, Aye. Is it, are you understanding? Are you understanding? Sadhu, first qualification of a sadhu is he should accept scriptures. Whatever is speaking, he should be from scriptures. So, Sadhavaha, Sadhu Bhushana. So these are the qualities of a sadhu. What is that? What are they? Titikshva, Karnika. So, number one quality is very tolerant. Number two, merciful. Number three, friend of all living entities. Number four, he doesn't consider anybody as his enemy. Number five, control his senses. Number six, he accepts. That is a sadhu. So when you want to associate with a sadhu, you must check these qualities. Two more qualities he is going to say, Lord Kapila in third canto Bhagavatam. My ananyena bhavena bhaktim kurvanti yedruda mat kritas tyaktva karmanas tyaktva svajana bandhava. Ananya bhava. He is a devotee in ananya bhava. He worships me with ananya bhava. Bhaktim kurvanti yedruda. He performs devotional service with great determination. Mere liye, for my sake, he will give up all kinds of karmas. Tyaktva karmana. Tyaktva svajana bandhava. He will, if the relatives are not favorable, he will give them up. Svajana bandhava. Any devotee who is doing social welfare activities, he is not a devotee. Devotee of Krishna doesn't waste his energy and time and money in building hospitals, dharmashalas, all social welfare activities. Prabhupada said, there are so many missions are there. Ramakrishna mission, Chinmaya mission, Mother Teresa, so many missions are there to do all. That is the greatest social welfare activity you can do. So devotees should not waste their time doing social welfare activities, showing bodily compassion. Because Prabhupada said, you cannot change somebody's karma. But by giving them Krishna consciousness, you can change their karma also. Right? As soon as you chant Hare Krishna, millions and trillions of stock of sinful reactions get burned. As soon as you give them prasad, they may even go back to Godhead. Once in American city, they used to go for a kirtan, Harinam Sankirtan, and they used to distribute cookies. They will there is one person, he would come and abuse devotees and go away. Every day he would do like that. Then they said, give them a cookie. They give him a cookie. Even if he is given a cookie prasad, he would beat the devotees with the cookie. Like that. Every day it is going on. One day, one devotee told, "Are it's so tasty. Why don't you eat? Taste." So one day, somehow he thought he was about to throw the cookie. He had a change of his mind because he is hearing Harinam. He was getting purified, and then he popped the cookie in his mouth. And wow, it's heavenly. They said, oh, next day, where is my cookie? So they were giving cookie. And then after a few days, he landed up in the temple. I want to become brahmachari. Right? So this is social welfare. Greatest social welfare activity. You know what? Distributing prasad. Distributing Harinam. Distributing Bhagavad Gita. Social. Matkritas Vyakta Karmana Vyakta Svajana Bandhava. My favorite verse. Madashraya Kathamrishta Shunvanti Katayanti Cha Tapanti Vividasthapa Naitan Madgata Chetasa. My devotees, they take great pleasure in hearing about my wonderful Katha. Madashraya Kathamrishta Shunvanti Katayanti Cha. They hear and they speak Krishna Katha. Right? They speak Krishna Katha. Then Tapanti Vividasthapa. Then they become free from all the miseries in this material world. And Naitan Madgata Chetasa. Because they are always conscious of me. These karmis, when they have trouble, suppose somebody is troubling that person, he is always thinking about that person. Is it not? We always think about that person. Indra, he is praying to Lord Nishingadev that, my dear Lord, this Hiranyakashipu, he actually was stealing our share of our yajna, oblations. And not only that, you are sitting in our heart. We should be thinking about you because this demon has troubled us so much. Instead of thinking about you, we are thinking about Hiranyakashipu. We became Hiranyakashipu conscious. Like that, we become. That is what Prabhupada said. These karmis, they suffer so much because they are always thinking about their material problems. My devotees, they don't suffer because they are always thinking of me. That is why they become unconscious of material problems. Right? Just like suppose you are walking on the street. Somebody gives you galis. Right? Suppose if you do not hear, you don't feel anything, right? What are you doing? Take rest and come. Then I come and tell, hey Pratik, he is giving you galis. Right? Then you become, turn back. Then you hear. So he's giving you galis. So, you know, kutta, like that. What will happen? You become disturbed. Is it not? Because you become conscious of. But we are not conscious of all these problems. Then where is the suffering? So Krishna, Prabhupada is writing very beautiful purport. Because my devotees, they are devotees of Krishna, they are not always conscious of Krishna. They are not conscious of material problems. They are not aware of material suffering. So now we are phone conscious, right? All the time phone has to be there, right? All the time. We are itna. Actually, I was the one who proposed, that people should able to take photographs. Right? Previously, we banned, right? That photography is banned, video is banned. Abhi we allowed, itna pareshan hai hum. Security is bothered. Pujaris are disturbed. Well, as soon as they come, so we have to remind that don't show your back. Don't show your back. They sit in front of the Lord. All checking, all useless. So I have, I have a group. 248 messages are pending. Right? There's no last. All useless, good morning message, and then some forward. There is a group. Some people are abusing Modi. Some people are supporting Modi. Going right? Like that. So all the time, modern people are, social media conscious. That is why there is no happiness for them. Right? What do you get? So we should give up our phones, and then become Krishna conscious, right? That's why whenever I attend Bhagavatam class, I don't take my mobile phone to the class. I leave it. Otherwise, some message will come. All stupid. Some lady will send. I asked one lady, she sent some donation from Delhi, but जो गाय दूध देते हैं उसका मार भी खाना पड़ता है, ऐसा कुछ है ना? लात खाना पड़ता है ऐसा. She keeps on sending some Hindi messages. ये वो. I told her, don't send Hindi messages. I can't read properly. For some time, it's a botheration, na? So somebody who don't know that person, then somehow you give the number to them, and they will keep on sending messages. Then you have to keep, put the number in silent. Other ting 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 ting. Ting ting. So most of the numbers I put him in the silent, so that I will not know that messages have come. Otherwise, all useless, right? Then everywhere, modern civilization means criticizing each other. All the time criticizing each other, right? But Krishna consciousness, Vedic culture means praising each other. Right? Bhagavatam, if you see, we are all praising devotees. So we should know this culture, we should have this culture. Right? Glorifying Krishna and glorifying devotees. Because this world is full of all nonsense. This world is full of nonsense. So there is so much to criticize. So much to criticize. But There are very rarely some devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, right? There are no, in future, uh, nobody is going to write so much about Hitler and all that, right? Because no, they don't find, nobody will mention his name in the scriptures or anything, right? Because devotee, they will praise Prabhupada. You know, there is nobody like Prabhupada. They will, in the future Bhagavatam texts, definitely Prabhupada, there will be mention of Prabhupada. There is nobody like Prabhupada who spread Krishna consciousness among Rakshasas and the demons, Yavanas, Mlechas and low class people, right? There is nobody. So real sadhu means Prabhupada. Tayete sadhava sadhvi, sarvasanga vivarjitaha, sangatveshu yatate pratya, sangatosha harahite. So my dear mother, you must choose such a person, such a sadhu, and associate and pray for such association with such a sadhu, right? Then anyway, so Lord Rishabdev, in more teachings, same thing is teaching. Associate with sadhu, associate with sadhu, associate with sadhu. Then you must know who is a sadhu. Not anybody who is wearing saffron. He is not a sadhu. Sadhu should have all this qualities. Vijayram Prabhu, can you repeat? How will you associate with a sadhu? Which kind of sadhu you will associate?
A sadhu should be having the knowledge of scriptures and he should not have any he shouldn't be
Hey, better?
he shouldn't be anybody others and should be of calm and composed and listen back to the story.
What is the first quality? Give the mic. Rajesh, you can tell. Give the mic.
The qualities of the person who is starting the first point is he should be very, very tolerant. Second point is he should be very, very merciful. Third point is he should be showing all the living entities. So that he really see the return of them. The fourth point is Ajata Shakti, which means he should not be concerned. Anyone has his belief. And the fifth point is he should be Shanta. He should be controlling his senses. And sixth one is sadhu. This is the point where he accepts the shastra. He gave a wonderful example of Shastra, who always quotes scriptures and he believes he shows the belief in scriptures. So this is a very important quality he said. We should recognize in a sadhu. And then Lord Kapila adds two more qualities. One is devotee who gives all his karma and his service to Krishna. And the last one is that the one who believes in social welfare, which is in the material life, like building hospitals, he is not the sadhu. The one who teaches Krishna consciousness and instills Krishna consciousness is the real welfare of the person. So you should look out for this kind of sadhu and you should aim to be associated with it.
और एक है, हाँ? Yeah, one more.
Devotional service is the great determination.
One more. Yeah, one more. He is Madashraya Khatamrishta Shunvanti Katayanticha. He takes great pleasure in hearing about me and speaking about me. That is the hallmark of a devotee. He's always glorifying Krishna and he's hearing glorification of Krishna. And because of that, he is free from threefold miseries. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati talk. People are very fond of social welfare activities. It is nice also, but it is bad for them, good for them also. Both. Bad for them in the sense that, good for them in the sense that they go to Swargaloka and enjoy. If you do social welfare activity, it is bad for them because they become entangled. Right? That's why Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said, he is very revolutionary, that if you give me $1 million, if by spending that $1 million, I can build a hospital. By spending $1 million, I can make one person as a devotee. What did he say? He said, I will spend that $1 million to make one devotee, not build a hospital. So building hospitals and all, it is a duty of the government. It is a duty of the government, right? Previously, so medical is free. Like I think in England, medical is free. They have very nice system they have, right? In Dubai and all, it's all free, right? Hospitals. Huh? Yeah, it's all free. It's a duty of the government, no? Not that private people build hospitals and loot people. Anyway, so it is very hard. People don't like if we speak all these things, because people like, social welfare activities, distributing cloth, distributing medicines, all these things. It's nice, but if somebody is not interested in Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada makes this point in 12th chapter Bhagavad Gita. So if somebody is not interested in performing devotional service and using that money for serving Krishna because of the pressure of the family members and all, still by renouncing the activities for some social welfare activities, he will get benefit. Prabhupada mentions in 12th chapter. We don't condemn, but a devotee should not waste his time because in social welfare activities and all, because just like Prabhupada gave this example, suppose a rich man's son, he was upset with his father and left. Then he was begging. Somebody can give medicine for some time. Somebody can give him food for some time. But a devotee goes and tells, sir, you lost your way. You left your father's residence. Please come. And then he establishes again last relationship with his father. He takes his son and hands over the son to his father. And the father is everything. He has medicines, he has food, he has shelter, everything, right? In the same way, if people are suffering, if you give some medicine, if you give some food, or how Prabhupada said, how long you can feed a person? How many people you can feed a person? But if you tell that person, Are Baba, you are a son of Krishna, our father is the richest person. And then so he takes to the Hare Krishna temple and introduces him to Prabhupada and gives him a Prabhupada book, gives him Radha Rasvihari Prasad. That is the greatest social welfare. Mat kritas tyaktva karmana tyaktva svajana bandhava. Right? Prabhupada says in Bhakti-rasam Sindhu, if you have family affection, you will never get Krishna. But those family members are devotees, then you can love them. Right? So we don't reject family life, but family members should become devotees. Like that. So very interesting. And actually, we should remember all these things. Then when we want to associate with a sadhu, we should check whether these qualities are there or not. Then we should associate with that person. Otherwise, you get cheated. Right? So, today party, last week is Shriya only cut cake this time. I think pasta kuch khila rahi hai. अरे कोई गार्लैंड नहीं लाया मेरे लिए आज. Prasad is ready? Shankar? Enough hai? कम पड़ जाएगा ना, 1 हफ्ता फास्टिंग करना पड़ेगा। हाँ, that's why introduce coupon system. Okay. Huh? Yeah. Any questions, comments? Simran, you have any questions, comments? Huh? What is the takeaway message today, class? Did you hear? What would you like to tell your friend? Give the mic to Shivani. She will tell. If your friend asks, what did you learn today? What she will tell?
I would possibly say that anyone who is going to activities for the people, they are naturally experienced devotees, and these devotees should do the healthy activities, and the main agenda of people should be to preach others to become religious.
Yeah, that is the social. Great Prabhupada said that is the greatest social welfare activity. You want to mention any quality of a sadhu?
Sadhus are very tolerant, very merciful. They are Vaishnavas.
Friend of all living entities.
Friend of all living.
Then doesn't consider anybody as enemy.
Doesn't consider anyone as
He relishes Krishna Katha.
Yes, Krishna Katha, and also takes the spiritual injunction as it is. We don't modify any of the spiritual injunction from Veda.
Yeah.
I listen to it.
What is your name, Prabhu? Your name? Would you like to? Would you like to share something that you learned today?
I learned the physics for all the I took I take care of people one I did the greatest
Thank you. What is your name? Yeah.
When I go back to America, I will stay away from San Francisco. The Sadhu is very tolerant and merciful. Is a friend of all living beings. Books in the scriptures, that's better.
Hare Krishna. You want to say? What did you learn today? Come this side. Speak into the mic. Speak into the mic. Give it to Tanay Agarwal. What did you learn today? Mike.
Qualities of
Speak into the mic.
how exactly was wrong with being happy, where performing was the case, and then the successful gave to his sons, and qualities of sadhu yogi to associate with, and the real welfare with his.
Very good. You want to say?
Yeah.
Ah. Speak into the mic.
We feel that they were these are the Krishna, and how great this is the world, the qualities of the art and the welfare.
Very nice. I was thinking somebody will mention about Vishnujita. Now you mentioned. Thank you very much. First time, I think. Huh? You want to say something? Huh? Hemant, you want to say something?
So, happiness to contain your life,
Yeah. It is a source of future misery. What is your name? Bolo. What did you learn today?
So it's about qualities of society. The greatest very social welfare is the consciousness distribution of health benefits and distribution of wealth. And this is the story of Vishnu and um, and very first something you told us.
Ah. Yeah, good point. Putra and Mutra. Very good. Ladies, anybody wants to share something? Shreya, you want to share something?
Happiness, achieve happiness, still involves to you, that is away from fear and harm.
Yeah. Ah? Ah. Transcend the last 3 days.
Transcendental activity, transcendental discipline comes from much more. Is the person from the cleaning of the temple and from the opening of the temple, doing the seva to the Lord, till closing of the temple, all the activities are being performed. This
Yeah.
is very good.
Yeah. Hey, give the mic. घर में खाना नहीं मिलेगा आपको. हाँ? Yeah.
भरत means योग्य आदमी.
Ah. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. All of you are missing Katha, Jagannath Katha. इतना अच्छा हो रहा है. Huh? Please come tomorrow and day after 7 o'clock in the night. Huh? 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 Cake cutting is not there. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And this is and this is the best weekend. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram.